Hey, it's Hallie. Today's drink of the day is this rocket popsicle flavored soda. It tastes like those popsicles, so I'm assuming it just kind of tastes like lemon, because that's what those things usually taste like. But it's a creative way to sell someone on a semi-lemony flavored pop, which I think is cool. It's from the Pop Shop, which I don't know, I guess that's a pretty well-known brand of soda, but it is Canadian, which is sweet. It really smells like that. You know what? It actually just tastes like that popsicle melted. It doesn't just taste like lemon. Pretty cool. But today I kind of talk about something that's always been a weird thing for me that I feel like this year I've really started to come to terms with it. But that is just how age plays into success and how a lot of people seem to weigh how young someone is as like one of the biggest things that shows how impressive what they're doing is. And I've fallen into this trap my entire life where I was ambitious from a very young age. So a lot of my early success felt like it was built off the fact that people just thought it was impressive how young I was. And obviously I used it to my advantage because you want to use any advantage you have, and me being young just happened to be my advantage at the time. And being a girl in a mainly male industry. But I find that as I slowly get older, like now I'm 23, which is a very much adult sounding age, it's harder to figure out what to identify with as far as my success, because I don't quite feel like I'm as talented or skilled as I should be for 23. I'm almost at the point now where I know I'm not average, but it kind of feels like when I looked at 23-year-olds, this is where I'd expect them to be at. I'm no longer impressive for 23. And yet, I definitely am. Like, and I'm trying to emphasize that I'm aware that I'm doing a lot more than a lot of other 23-year-olds, and I do work really hard to be skilled at the things I do, but I think there's definitely a lot less of, look at all she's done and she's only 23. Like, I think it's getting definitely to a point where people assume I'm younger based on where they think I'm at. And I think a lot of that, though, is that I have a lot of people that are only discovering me now, and they don't do that much research on my past or even like scroll down my Instagram to just like see in reality how long I've been creating for. They're just seeing these recent videos and assuming that I just popped out of nowhere and started making videos and that I must be a teenager still. Or at least like early 20s. I guess I'm early 20s, but I think people guess that I'm like 20 now, where 23's slightly, like, pretty much, like, it's quite a bit older than 20 as far as maturity and as far as like where you can get career-wise. Because I guess I'm already past like college or university graduate age. So that is when people start to get real adult jobs, and it's harder to kind of gauge how old people are based on their career status. Anything younger than that, it's like you have surpassed where you're supposed to be at. And yet I am definitely surpassed where I'm supposed to be at, but it's just harder to tell because I get roped in with everybody like into their late 20s. Once you pass student age, you're pretty much just roped in with everybody else, and it doesn't really matter what your age is anymore, which is fine. And like, I think that's what I'm trying to say with this video. It's just, I think as long as I keep up at the same pace, I'm always going to be ahead. And that is because I did make the decision to start when I was younger, and nobody can take that away from me now. So I have to just feel good about that younger me made the decision to start doing what she was doing when she did, so that I can be me now at the age I'm at, even though I'm past the age where people say, wow, you're so young for everything you've done. And that's okay. It's cool to be older and start being thought of as an adult, and there's actually a lot of things that I think at 23 you're starting to move into the territory where people don't look at you as a young girl, which can help in a lot of ways career-wise. Because I think when I was younger, especially when I was like 16, 17, and in the rap and music industry, you gotta be very, very careful, especially nowadays. Like if you're trying to hire a 16-year-old girl to take photos and you're like a 25-year-old rapper, that just no matter what is going on, that looks kind of sketchy, especially with today's social media. So at 23, you're past the age where people worry, because that's a full-grown woman who can make her own decisions and knows what she's doing. So there's that. And I think I'm happy that I'm starting to feel good about being older and being more experienced, and having things have been in the past that I've gone through already and that I can look back on and just know that that's over, that time of life is over, and that I can enjoy now. I don't know where I'm going with this, but this is my last video before I go to Vancouver for the next 6 days, so glad that I got all these in. Let's just fingers crossed I can edit everything tonight to be able to post it while I'm gone. Well, thank you.